Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what other people are saying about this movie. I haven't looked it up. I honestly hadn't even thought about watching it until last night when I found it on a totally real and legit and legal streaming service. Okay? Because for whatever reason, I completely wrote Eddington off when I saw the first trailer for this one. Another one of those
oh boy, A24 got political again
moments, which to be fair hasn't exactly let me down in the past. And yeah, there was that initial brief moment of intrigue with this insane cast, the first actual movie about COVID that I'd seen take to the mainstream. The mere fact that it was indeed A24, but I wrote it off, okay? I can't explain it, I just wrote it off.
I should not have written it off.
There's so many reasons why the mere inception, the entire idea of Eddington should not have worked, but by golly it did. So let's talk about it. And yes, I'm writing and posting this video out of the blue after ghosting my channel for months on end. I know. Shocker. I love to give you just enough to keep going, just a little taste before I pull the rug out from under you again.
It's called manipulation, folks.
Narcissistic tendencies aside, I have to say what still doesn't make sense to me is how brilliantly and tactfully this movie was executed. Listen, first and foremost, I'm not nearly as scarred as most from the COVID era. I didn't lose any family members, mashallah. I didn't get sent home across the country or the world. All I got was my freshman year of college taken away from me. Oh, and my sophomore year and part of my junior year too. Great. But talking about it, even thinking about that period in 2025, 5 years does not feel like enough time. Oh, and you bet your ass Ari Aster was writing the script during COVID, not after it. Ari Aster, I should have known this was gonna be a doozy. People are still pissed about BLM. I'm still pissed about BLM. Not the movement, mind you, I'm a radical leftist, but the fact that it could have done so much more and missed the mark for so many people. And the way Aster goes about these extremely touchy and volatile subjects, the way A24 portrays this story as a borderline caricature horror, it left me so speechless. I mean, where do I even begin? Except maybe in the first shot of the movie. That's a good place to begin.
So I asked you to help, yes, but you're in your box. The little precious box, your little box of mud.
We're introduced to the true anthropomorphized MacGuffin of this story, this crazed vagrant that wanders into town coughing, yelling obscenities, and bigoted rants, eventually leading to this really great monologue which triggers the sheriff's breaking point. But I'll get to that in a second. It's just so extreme, it's such a slap in the face, but it's so well done too, and it emphasizes the exact plot device that shines so brightly, so glaringly in this movie. Irony. And so let me list off every single example of this masterful use of irony that I could muster up after a single watch. I'm sure there's more. Also, spoiler alert, obviously. The setting, this fictional town of Eddington, New Mexico that's on the border of native territory, but whose population is primarily white, although the only characters we see talking about how it's stolen land are white people. The sheriff, this clearly undereducated, anti-vaxxer, anti-masker white man with asthma.
We need to free each other's hearts.
The sheriff's wife, Louise, who drowns so heavily in her unconfirmed childhood sexual trauma that she eventually joins a cult and has the cult leader's baby. The sheriff's really just sad police department that launches their anti-masking, anti-BLM mayoral campaign, made up of 2 other officers, one of which is black. The mayor, Ted, whose own son won't listen to him about the mask mandates and quarantining that he's trying to enforce. And then we got Brian, this confused kid that seems to break free of his extremely right-wing, assumedly white supremacist, gun-loving household and support BLM, only to eventually spark the framing of the only black police officer in the entire town for murder by sharing a picture of his friend, also the mayor's son, making out with a girl that he was trying to hook up with in the very first scene that he's introduced.
Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, Brian is fucking something else in this movie. There are tons of little stylistic choices throughout that I loved as well. Like the multiple scenes of characters seeing videos of police brutality and protests and black squares on their social media and just silently leaving a like on their posts. Like the ridiculous over-the-top nature of the mayor's patrol car decked out with these fucking idiotic slogans, down to the minute detail of using the wrong "you're" and "you're being manipulated." And then of course the general use of phone screens helping to tell the story, which I usually hate when movies do this, but in Eddington, it creates such a shockingly real effect because this is literally all that COVID felt like to me, just living life through screens, which again juxtaposes so well with how severely and absurdly this plot turns towards the end. Now, without going into too much detail, I will say this portrayal of vigilantes parading as Antifa to cause havoc in society was, for whatever reason, where it kind of crossed the line for me. I don't know, my proverbial lines in the sand, I guess, were crossed at that point. Not from any of the other completely absurd points of this plot, but whatever. I mean, taking a private jet with a full arsenal just to, what, kill the only black person in the entire town? Like, come on, guys. The whole sniping the mayor in the heart part was probably probably far enough. And this final shootout between the sheriff and said fake Antifa anarchists, whatever you want to call it, seemed to kind of break the realistic facade that Eddington had built up over the last 2 hours and some change, but it steered us to what I thought was a very interesting path to end this movie on. The sheriff's own personal hell, being permanently, physically, and mentally disabled, while his mother-in-law, who had been the main source of his anxiety and anguish in the first half of the film, and potentially the ultimate reason his wife leaves him, pulls the strings. I mean, the filmmakers just keep piling on the irony all the way to the end frame. The native officer somehow being the only named and announced character that actually dies from all this mess. The company name Solid Gold Magikarp on the building whose bright LED lights overshine the lights of the entire town. I could go on. Point is, I feel like this movie could have been really bad and like really cringe and really poorly done for what it was trying to accomplish, but it wasn't. It quite frankly blew whatever expectations I had out of the water. Big props to A24 and Ari Aster, and of course, the other hundreds of people that made this one happen. And shame on me for allowing my COVID trauma to stop me from watching this movie in the theaters. Still, Ari, it's a little too soon. Even you gotta admit, it's a little too soon. All right, that's all I got for this one. Sorry for ghosting my channel again. I promise big things are happening. If you guys have been following along with my posts the last few weeks, you'll see that I have made multiple short films and music videos this summer, and I'm gonna continue doing that, so stay tuned, I guess. And if you do actually want to support the channel and my endeavors, just like the video and subscribe and turn on the bell and whatever the fuck. You know the drill. But really, that's it. So from Gabe's basement, I'll see you guys later. See ya. Bye-bye. See ya. See ya. Bye-bye.